I think as a woman, if you want to stay out of trouble, you basically try to not get attention as much as possible. But of course, women don't like that because women love attention. And tell this to a woman, they're just gonna get so angry because they literally want to walk down the street in only panties and no bra, and they have this deluded idea that nothing wrong is gonna happen with them because it shouldn't. Why? Well, because it shouldn't. Why? Well, because it shouldn't. Why? Because me. So I wanted to talk a little bit about why women are not reasonable. And if you see me watching down, it's because I have some notes on my phone in order to hopefully keep track of my thoughts and to make it easier for both of us. Before we get into it, I would like to make it clear that I am by far perfect or pretending that I am better than women in general. Obviously, I'm a woman as well, so if I'm talking about women, that means I'm talking about myself as well. Even though you didn't listen to what I had to say and you already concluded that I am chameleon or however you want to call me, just please stop it now and just leave because this is definitely not for you. What do I mean about being unreasonable? For example, manspreading. That blows my mind. Anyway, that is a really unreasonable, bloody thing to say, or to think, or to believe. And to go and throw boiling water on men's genitals because they're spreading their legs in an underground or in a bus, it's absolutely harassment. Violence is, I don't know, to say the least, is torture, violence, or harassment. You harass and you hurt people like this. And before all these nutcases came up with this kind of things, I never thought about that. I never thought, oh my god, why are men sitting like that? Men sit down on the chair, women sit down cross legs. I know that because you should not show your parts as a woman. If you're a dear woman that thinks that manspreading is wrong, well, how about you have your ovaries outside of your body like balls and try and sit cross legs. So yeah, you try and, like I said, wear a pair of balls between your legs and try and sit cross legs to see how you squeeze your bloody balls. You don't care to empathize. Why is that person behaving the way that bothers you, supposedly? Why men are so jealous?
Jealous because I know I'm beautiful, you're not.
Men are jealous and men are so overprotective and men are so dominant over a woman's life. Well, like I said, there is a reason for that. It's not like men wake up in the morning and say, you know what?
Today I'm gonna make women's life miserable because
I've seen many women roll their eyes thinking that, oh my god,
my boyfriend doesn't allow me to have male friends because he's so jealous. Because he's jealous because he thinks, he's so, I'm so special and I'm so nice, and he's so jealous because everyone wants me. And
I'm Faye, I'm 25, I'm a lettings manager from Devon. I'm a fantastic girlfriend. I'm buying you presents, I'm cooking you dinner. Actually, no, I don't do that. I don't actually really know what I do. I don't know what I bring to the table. I'm great in bed.
Basically turning it into like you're so amazing and your partner is jealous because you're so amazing and he can't find any like you. Yeah, right. It seems that men are so possessively jealous because they don't have any idea if they are the father of the offsprings. Basically, every behavior we display an ancient behavior. It's not, we haven't started to behave like this now, this year or in the past year. So men have no clue at any point in time if they are the father of the offspring the woman is gonna get impregnated with. So obviously they're gonna be possessive and dominant over a woman, because if a woman has sex with 10 guys in a row, she has no idea who's the father. So that's why men have built in this drive of dominance over their women and their environment, because there was no way before to know who was impregnating your woman other than you. So how would you know that? if you're not guarding your woman and the territory and the environment. Women don't make any sense when they are like, my partner doesn't allow me to have male friends. Well, obviously, because there's no friendship between men and women. Men react with their masculine traits. You can't expect to change males' reactive, ancient reactivity just because to suit your needs. I think if we would all care to think about each other, why do we react like nutcases, and we would understand the female nature or the male nature, we wouldn't be so driven crazy by each other, if we only would care to understand. Women complain a lot that women are threatened, women are the ones in danger at all times, women are in danger of being killed and raped and all that stuff. Women complain that they are the victim all along, and if I give it a little bit more thought and if I'm honest with myself, I think that is not true, or that is not true entirely. Men are the ones that die all the bloody time. Men have always been dispensable, Who's the one that takes the risks? Who's the one that takes the danger? Who's the one that fights? Who's the one that protects the world? Women don't really understand how it is to compete for your results. They don't quite understand that who's taking the more threats in this world are men, basically. They're the ones that they just are left out in the world to make something of themselves. Have you ever seen how male are playing with each other, or how they're basically bullying each other? Like, they're not kind with each other. They're really, really harsh, and if you're weak as a man, you're just dead. The group basically kills you. Literally. I assume they're not gonna kill you now so often, but they are gonna kill you socially, or they're gonna alienate you. Think about how many times men are punched in their face, like, men are always at risk of fighting with each other because they compete, because they are aggressive, and so on and so forth. And yes, this is gonna feed the ego that
See, I told you so. Men are aggressive
and stuff like that, though. Hell, I hate that thing. But yes, men are aggressive, but women are aggressive as well. Guess what?
Fuck you! Ooh,
Say something I told you not to say, pushing my buttons with your snake mother on the ground with your luggage shit, and fuck off! Fuck off! You wanna touch me?
Most of the times, men are the one that they're getting beaten up and punched and raped. You have any idea how many men get raped by men? Yes, obviously, and you're gonna be like,
See, I told you so. We should eradicate toxic masculinity and aggressive men.
you can't eradicate that, you moron. That came out so genuine, but you cannot eradicate that. You can't just, oh, god damn it. I think as a woman, if you want to stay out of trouble, you basically try to not get attention as much as possible. But of course, women don't like that, because women love attention. And tell this to a woman, they're just gonna get so angry, because they literally want to walk down the street in only panties and no bra, and they have this deluded idea that nothing wrong is gonna happen with them, because it shouldn't. Why? Well, because it shouldn't. Why? Well, because it shouldn't. Why? Because me. They want to deny ancient behavior and the way we're wired, and they just, I don't know, it's really delusional. It's really, really delusional, and it doesn't make any sense. Compare that with men. Men don't have to be sexy or pretty to get in trouble. Men will get in trouble regardless of how they look. As a woman, you can stay away from trouble. As a man, you can't get away with it. If a male doesn't move confidently in the world, he will get in trouble. If a woman goes in her life without seeking attention, she will most likely stay away from trouble. When men hurt women, sociopaths, male, are hurting women, they're not hurting women because they hate women. They just hurt women because they are just so repressed sexually. That's it. It's just, whereas I can't say the same thing about women. Like, women nowadays, they will hurt a man because they hate men. This is at least one set of unreasonable behavior that women display, and I myself am guilty of this. Until you stop and think, a lot of girls around me are not used to that, and I noticed that. Don't get me wrong, of course women are smart and they have the capability to think and to do amazing stuff in the world. When it comes to think about men, they don't think, dude. They just don't think anymore. I don't know what happens. It's really baffling. And even worse is that if you're with women, surrounded by women as a woman, they don't help you. Because if you stop and think, you gonna realize that, okay, maybe my expectation or the way I behave towards men is not quite realistic and it doesn't work. But yeah, we don't do that. And what's even worse, women are fueling each other's egos, and this is just like a infinity loop, you know, like they don't get out of it. They don't care. So much for being compassionate and supposedly emotionally intelligent, because we don't use that ability. Not sure if this enraged you or entertained you or pissed you off in any way, shape or form. Like I said, this is within my observations and what I notice that happens, and obviously I'm really grateful for you watching me, but at the same time it's kind of unfortunate that men are watching this, because men already know this. So it doesn't quite change anything, the fact that I'm ranting about women's frailty. Would be nice for women to watch this as well, and they don't have to agree with me. I don't want it to agree with me. I would like women to think with the aim of becoming better as a person and as an individual. So yeah, so I'm not biased towards any. I'm just talking what I observe and what makes life a shitty place, let's say. Hell is other people's flaws, right? Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and even though women haven't seen this so far, I am really grateful that you are supporting me, and at one point in time I suspect if this channel will pick up and women will see this, a handful of women, if only I could help them in any way, that would be more than enough. Thank you so much for your support, and until next time, see ya. Nice. If you see an angry woman, give her some food.